Ask yourself, are you good?
Hi everybody, I am back. It's been a day. It's been a whole day. It's been like a little over 24 hours. And guess what? I actually took the day off. So I'm going to wait just a couple of seconds to see who all gets in here. So let me see. Invite guests to live. Okay. I'm learning. I'm learning, you guys. Did that pause things? Okay, I'm back. All right. I am learning. As soon as I start talking about anything on the internet or on a message, it doesn't matter. My cat starts to get in the mix. So if you hear her in the background, she just wants to be a part of this show, and that's okay. But so I wanted to come here today and talk to you guys about what happened after yesterday's live got cut short. I do not understand why it was cut short. I know that a lot of times I do spit some truth, a lot of truth. I like to tell people what I know. If I find out something, I'm the kind of person, if I find out something that's worth knowing, I will like to try to teach someone else. So each one teach one. That's my thing. So with that, I was talking about the national debt. A lot of people don't understand the national debt, and I for one went to the website and I saw this ticker just go. It is amazing. You should do that. But okay, I'll talk about that another time. I think I'll pre-record that in another video because I don't want to get kicked off of TikTok again just for talking about the national debt. So I want to tell you what I did yesterday, because I was hot. I was hot after that happened. I said, ooh, who did that to me? Rawr. So what I did was I went to the gym. I went to the gym, and it's been a long time since I have gone. A long time for me is like 2 weeks, but that's a really long time for me. And I'm gonna tell you, I had been struggling because I just hadn't been motivated. There's been so much negativity going on, and then I realized that the reason why I hadn't gone to the gym and the reason why I was not motivated to go to the gym is because my vibes were down. They were really down. And I'm in America, so I don't know where everybody else is coming from. You know, please tell me in the comments where you're from. So I needed to get something going, something happy going. And it's hard. It's just so hard to do that these days. So when I was younger, I used to go to the gym. Now, when I first joined the military, you guys, it was 1990 something, okay? And so I had actually went ahead and I was 133 pounds, right? I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3". I'm gonna decline you guys' request right now just because I want to get this out. I don't have that much time, but I'm gonna try to see if I can get somebody else in here. That'll be my first time doing that. That'll be fun. So when I joined, I was 133 pounds, and they told me that I was too fat at 5'3", and that I needed to be 130 pounds. I could not weigh in to pass the tape because my hips are huge. I have a very small waist. Like back then I had like a 22-inch waist and 45-inch hips. Like no joke. So that's how I'm shaped. You know, that's just normal. These days, people they do that kind of stuff because they want some sort of I don't know. What do you call it? A BBL? They want that. I don't understand it. You can't fit your clothes right. You get all the wrong attention. You don't feel cute, and that's so. In a little while, I'm pretty sure it's going to go back to skin and bones being the norm and people wanting to be skin and bones. That's not me. So anyway, the military told me I was too fat, so I had to work out. So I started going to the gym on base because I signed up, but I needed to actually meet weight before I can be deployed. No, we're not deployed. So I can just go to basic, really. So I went to the gym and I worked out a lot. I got into kickboxing. Kickboxing was fun because I grew up in low income area, everything, and I didn't know I was broken poor. I just thought that was just the way things were, and I was just fine with that. I didn't feel like I lost anything. Yeah, I missed out on a few meals, but I contributed that to being in a house with so many different people. I grew up with like 20 women around me at all times. And no, it wasn't like some sort of a house situation. It was family. Everybody just lived with each other. And, my auntie, she had a lot of kids. My mom had a few kids. We all lived together, and then other aunties came in with all their daggone kids. And so we just kind of made it out. So that's just how it was. But, so anyway, I didn't have a lot of money, and it was a lot of stress. So in school, what I did was I got on the basketball team. I got on the track team. Whatever teams that there was out there, I got on because I wanted to work out. I saw my family was fat. I'm so sorry. They're not big boned. They big thick. Okay. So I didn't want to be like that. And I didn't see health in there. And so I went outside, I rode my bike. I was very, very active. And to be 130 pounds, for me was a big deal. 133 pounds. That was a big deal, because what they don't understand is when I came to sign up for the military, I had just literally started to be able to eat, because I had moved out of my house when I was 17 years old. I had my first apartment when I was 18 years old. I had to pay the rent. I worked at Wendy's. I was getting $4.25 an hour, and I was on the apartment diet. I went from being like maybe about 130 pounds or so, like all the way down to 120 pounds in no time. So for me to have gained my 10 pounds back was a big deal. 10, 13 pounds back, that was a big deal. I've been there for a while by the time that happened. And I had been working since I was 14 years old. So all I know is work, work, work. Anyway, long story short, the military told me I was too fat and I had to lose weight. So now, how do you do that without going on an apartment diet? I don't know. But anyway, so I got into kickboxing, and I started to be able to get out this energy that I had. And I remember the instructor, she said, like, imagine somebody's face right there, and you just punch them. And I was like, I can do that? Okay, let me punch him in the face. So, and it was just like, it was great. Because it was just like, now kick and side and chop and low and and I was like, yes. And I just loved the fact that I can get out this anger, this aggression, this energy. And afterwards, it was like, when I saw the person or people or whatever later on that got on my nerves, it was like, I just punched you in the face. But I didn't. I did, but I didn't. Like figuratively, I had to get that out. And then I learned how to fashion my words a little bit better. Like, I have gone through a lot of communications classes, public speaking. I used to be a Toastmasters, things like that, so I can better myself. Okay. And so what I was progressively doing was I was moving from here to up, and I was raising my vibrations naturally. I naturally got around more people with higher expectations out of themselves and for life. And I gravitated towards that. I wanted that. I was not jealous of these people. I saw these people as things that I wanted to be. I didn't get mad at them for what they had. I said, let me get some of that. And if I had to be around those people in order to elevate myself, then that's what I did. And to be perfectly honest with you, a lot of times it was given to me. And I didn't even really understand what I had at my plate. Like, I had a teacher tell me, it was an assignment to go downtown DC and go to the council members' offices, meet the council members and talk to them. And so that's what I did. I would have never done that on my own. I went down to those government offices. I had every right to be there. I had every right to knock on their door and say hi to those people. I got networks from doing that. And these people didn't know me from anywhere. They just knew that there was this young lady who came with this bright smile on her face, and she wanted to know about government. She wanted to know about whoever it was I was talking to. I met so many people that way. I got a chance to have front row seats when there was an inauguration going on, and I literally got a chance to see a president so close to me. I got a chance to actually map out the lines on their faces, them and the first lady. Like, this was a big deal, all because I walked out and I just met people and I said, hi, my name is so and so, and what is there about you that I can learn? So I'm raising my vibrations. I'm raising where I am. These people told me not to be down here. They asked me first of all, they just asked me. They said, hey, what are your plans for life? And I said, well, I just plan on doing just life, just living it as it comes along. And they was like, that's not a very good thing to do. You need to have a plan. And I was like, well, I don't have a plan. I don't have too many people around me that tell me how to go about this thing. So I just kind of do it. And it is. And so I got a chance to sit and talk with people who told me about where they went and how they did it and who they talked to and how to see somebody who wants to work with you versus someone who doesn't want to work with you, and to get the person who doesn't want to work with you to work with you anyway. Because a lot of times for me, it's like, if I need you, or if I really want to be right there with you where I am, I'm going to figure out a way that I can get some of that energy from off of you. I want to know. I'm going to be right there. Hi, my name is so-and-so. How are you doing? What are you doing? Oh yeah, why are you doing that? I don't care how many times. If I really need to be there, I don't care how many times you try to shoo me away. I'm going to figure out how I can be there either with you or get around you. And I look, that's me. That's me. And more people need to be like that. I had saw in the military one person come in and he ain't had much of anything. He had just come in. He was like a PFC or something like that. He had nothing. Like, I came in as an E1. That's nothing. He came in as like a 2 or 3 or something like that. And that was based off of whatever he had in his past to get that when he first came in. I saw that man go from nothing to something in less than 2 years. I mean, like, he was in the JAG office, which is our legal office, doing the dang on thing. He had degrees and he used them. He pushed his way in. He did not accept no for an answer. And so that's, I think about this man all the time. And he was a Hispanic guy, and but he was American, but still, I'm just saying that he did the daggone thing, and he taught me without knowing that he's teaching me. I'm watching him not accept no for an answer. I'm watching him walk in with this presence that he had. It wasn't a macho. It was, he just was enlightened. He walked in with a light around him. I want to be like that. And I was like, how do I get to be like that? So anyway, later on, many, many years later on, I'm watching YouTube, right? And so on YouTube, there's this lady, and she's like, oh, low vibrational. And I was like, what is she talking about? Low vibrational? What is vibrations? And, she explained what she meant, and I still didn't quite understand, but I understood that negativity equals low vibration. And I understood that to raise your vibrations meant that, you were a little bit happier, you're more upbeat. And it's like, well, how do you get there? And then later on, someone explained to me about The Secret. And if you guys have not watched The Secret, I don't care how many people tell you The Secret is crap. If somebody tells you that The Secret is crap, they don't want you to raise your vibrations. They don't want you to have hope. They don't want you to understand that your abilities are what you make them. Okay, your abilities and where you go and what you do is yours for the taking. So I didn't realize that by not accepting no for an answer, I didn't realize that me going off and saying, I want that, I'm going to get that, and that's it. I didn't realize that that was the law of attraction that was working. And you guys may think I'm a crackpot for saying this. I don't care. But what I want you to do is just try it. And in trying to assert yourself and not accept no for an answer, and understanding that you are worthy of where you are and what you can do, and if a door closes, another one opens, then you have won a huge battle that somebody did not want you to win. And with that someone not wanting you to win that's on them. I don't sit back and think about day to day how someone hates me. I don't think about that. I don't care that they may not appreciate me. I don't care, because if you don't appreciate me, you're entitled to that. And if you don't like me, you're entitled to that. And if you don't want me around, I don't want to be around you unless I need you. And if I need you, I'm going to figure out how we can find some common ground and let that be it. But other than that, I don't live my day hating on people, because that is just way too much energy. I have so many things to do in my life. I have a life, and I don't want to waste it on such a low vibrational thing. Because have you guys ever looked at a chart for your chakras and things like that? Your lower vibrationals right down here in the groin, it's a heaviness. It's a darkness. It's a gray. It's like walking through gray. You ever meet somebody who seems like they always have a cloud over top of them? They're in their lower vibration, right? They don't see things as glass half empty. They see things as glass half empty instead of a glass half full. I'm a glass half full kind of girl. And I recognize when it's half empty, but it's still half something. So it's never nothing. And so I always have a plan A, a B, and a C. So for me, if I recognize, like I did not recognize last week that I was being kept in a low vibrational way, because everything that was coming at me and around me was things about, what's going on, people getting fired, the economy, and just all of these things. And it was heavy for me, because I am a very empathic person. And I've had to learn, especially getting on the internet. Oh my God, you guys, getting on the internet was overwhelming for me about 3 years ago. Overwhelming, or maybe it's 4 now. But I just felt all of this coming at me, and it was a lot. I had to stop. I had to get off the internet. I couldn't take the comments and the people coming back at me, and the this and the that and the that. I was amazed. I was like, hey, everybody, wow, this is great. And everybody was like, shut up. I was like, hell. Or if there was like, whatever. It was a lot. It was a lot. And so I had to learn how to block all of that. I had to learn how to not absorb someone else's energy. Right there. Like, seriously, that is what I literally did in order to just be, was to just block somebody. I can't do it right now. I can't. And you know what? Not even right now. I can never do that, because it's just, ugh. I don't want to be, ugh. I don't want that. So what I'm saying is, it's just a lot of people who are going through those low moments right now. And I know that for me, I learned how to block it out. And I learned the 4 agreements. You guys, if you haven't read the 4 agreements, You don't have to read it. You can listen to the 4 agreements on the internet. It's more than 4 agreements, but those core 4 agreements, and one of the ones is like, don't take things personally. Like, if somebody says something, don't take things personally. And also, one of the biggest agreements that you can make with yourself is agreement. So if somebody says, hey, it's a nice day, and I say, yeah, it's a really nice day, I have agreed that it is a nice day. And so what if it isn't such a great day for me? But if I agree with someone else or change the way I think, yes, it's a great day. It's a great day. Because I have completely changed the vibration of it all. I have agreed that I am not going to be stuck here. I'm going to be here. I've done meditation, and I think that you guys should do this. You should sit back and you should try to get out all of the noise out of your head. When I was younger, I learned a lot. So when I was younger, one of the biggest things for me was to sit with myself and be silent, which was really hard to do because I had a lot running around in my head, and I didn't want to face it. I did not want to face it because, it was life. Am I going to get the guy? Am I going to get the job? Where am I going to get my next meal? How am I going to pay my rent? Can I get a car? I need to learn how to drive a car. I don't have yada, yada, yada. What is this and the other? Ooh, everybody's doing this trend. Should I do it? Could I do it? I don't care. First of all, I don't care about trends. I don't. So I set trends. And that's the way I think about that. I don't compete with anybody but myself. Okay? Because that could drive you crazy. So I only compete with myself. And then I'm not even competing with myself. I'm just me. But I also think about so let me get back to this, the things running around in my head. One day I said, there's so much stuff going on. What is going on? So I took out a piece of paper, and I advise everybody to do this. I took out a piece of paper and I literally wrote down on this piece of paper every thought that came to my mind, which was nuts. Because I think it was after maybe about 5 minutes, I'm literally sitting there scrolling and writing down on a piece of paper everything. I literally had an 8x11 piece of paper full of nothing but thoughts that came to my head, and each one different than the next, going down. I don't know how many thoughts it was. It could have been 100. It could have been less than whatever fit on this piece of paper. And I mean fit all the way down, 2 rows, around the edges. I had things that I was thinking about. And then I went back and I looked at everything that I had thought about. It was filled up with a bunch of what? Literally. It was filled up with a bunch of what in the world is this? Do it, and you will see some crazy things that come out of your mind. Crystals, where do crystals come from? Crystals are over here. Crystals are over there. Crystal is the name of a person. Why are people named Crystal? Why did they do that? Crystals are pretty. Oh my goodness. I wonder, where am I going to get a crystal from? Crystals cost a lot of money. You see where I'm going with this? Your mind can go miles. And then when you start to think about whatever else, it goes different places and branches and stuff. May come back, may not come back. Is it filled with a bunch of fluff? Probably. But, it's fun to actually sit down and write everything that's going on in your brain. And so I had to learn how to stop all of that. And I meditated, listened to the sound of my voice, count to 3, breathe, focus on your breathing, focus more on your breathing. You are where, you are here, you are sitting here. It's a dark room, it's a light room, whatever room that you want. My favorite thing is going to my favorite space in my head. The favorite space in my head, you can't mess it up. The favorite space in my head is a flower. It's not just a flower, it's inside of the flower. It's sitting on the middle part of the flower and admiring the beautiful colors of the flower. Sitting there looking at the pollen, playing with the pollen and stuff. When I go and I sit, I am sitting there in absolute beauty. I may decide to make it crystally or not. That's just in my head, because that is a beautiful place for me. It's sparkly, it's pretty, it's no matter what, no matter where, it's always going to be comforting, it's always going to be soft, it's always, mine is perfume. So and then it's either that or it's on a beach somewhere, because I'm hearing the waves go. You have to get this in your mind, that this right here is your safe space. What is your safe space? What makes you happy? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? Like, can you fly? Yes, you can fly in your head, but you can do that, so you can center and you can just be there. You can, and you're looking at the water that your mind made up, that you see, and you are comforted by that, and you're here, you're present. You're not allowing intrusiveness to come at you, someone else's energy, someone else's thoughts, and all of these things. And then from there, you can build from there to wherever you want to go and whatever you want to do. And then you imagine, you see yourself. So now you're not here anymore. That energy isn't down in the groin area anymore. That energy is coming up because you're lifted, you're happy, and you can see, it's like your body is energy. When you start paying attention to the electricity that you have running through you, you can see and you can feel in your head. You can see it, but you can feel it. You can feel it, that you have energy coursing through your veins and your body, from your fingertips, from your inside. You can let it emanate from the inside to the outside. You can feel those just like warm gushes of energy go through your body, come to your fingertips. See it, see that energy, that light come out of it. Take that energy in your hand, play with the ball of energy that you have. You can light your whole body. You are a being of power. You are a being of light. You are a being that is here now. So when you're here and you love yourself, you love where you are, and you should never let anyone take that away from you. This is yours. Nobody can get in my mind and take me from this. So no matter where I am, no matter what is going on, I can always retreat to my happy place. And I'm glowing. I am there. I am remembering that I am a being of light and wonder, and I do not accept darkness to come on me, in me, around me at all. At all. I do not agree to anyone's negativity. That is where you are powerful. And you remember, hey, I am a being of light. I thought about where I want to be, and why am I here? Why am I surrounding myself with people who do not invest in me, in that? And why do they not see and act like and uplift me? Because I know I'm telling them positive things. Why aren't they telling me positive things? They need to go. It's not hard. It's not hard. I had to break myself away from people who do not service me in a good way at all. It's like people, they see your light and they want to trample all over it. It's not that they want to even trample all over it. They want to steal it, because they are curmudgeons. They are unhappy with their lives. They're unhappy with themselves, and they want a piece of what you have. They don't know how you got it. They don't care how you got it, and they don't care to put in the work. They see your light and they want to take it. So your happy smile, and this is what I do for people every day. If I see somebody who's upset or whatever, I'm going to smile and be like, hey, how are you? And it might perk them up. They may not respond to me and say anything. They may not. And that's okay. That is okay. And you guys, I want you to see what I'm doing right here. This right here. Don't mind my nails. I do my nails myself, but don't mind them. So this right here is, I'm completing the circuit. I'm pretty sure you've seen some pretty powerful people do this or whatever. It's not mantras and all that other stuff. I am like I said, I'm an electrical being and I'm a being of light, but this right here is completing my circuit. If you just sit with yourself like this, and you don't have to do all of this. You just sit there like this. You can even put your hands behind your back and sit there with your hands connected behind your back. You feel whole. It's like when you're like this, it's fine, but it's also your mental. But when you put your fingers like this, if you're watching me right now, just put your fingers like this. Immediately, you will feel a sense of calm. Immediately, you will feel, I feel better. Immediately, you are connecting. This is whole self right here. I'm connecting with my whole self. And it feels good. And you can build on just this alone. Because this is for me. This is for no one else. This is for me. I'm sitting at a light. I'm thinking. I'm whatever. I'm like this. If I am in a situation that's stressful, I put my hands together like this. This is good. This is good. I'm here. I'm thinking, what's the best for me? You know. So a lot of people go like this, and sometimes I do too. This is closing yourself off, but it's not. I'm not receiving. I'm not receiving much when I'm like this. I'm here. I'm completely present in the moment. I feel fresh. I feel the air blowing on me. Everything's great. Everything's great. And I am also protecting myself and my energy and my space. I'm not giving it away. This is giving. I'm giving. I'm not giving. I'm holding it here. But I'm also sharing like this. So giving and sharing is not semantics. But I'm going to share with you different things, but at the same time, I'm protecting myself and my peace and my energy, myself. So that's just one of the things, that I learned. So you have to raise your energy. You do. When you notice that someone is coming all the time with their negativity, like the TV right now, I'm sorry, it's negative. You get on the internet because we have so many different updates about Trump. We do. And that is an energy downer. And also what I want you guys to do is to pay some more attention to literally the air that is around you. The air that is around you is important. I can sit here and I hear white noise. If you sit by yourself and you're quiet, and you just listen, there is a white noise. There's energy all around you. No matter what you think, it is there. And that energy, you can listen to how it goes up and it goes down. You can feel in yourself, like start to pay attention to yourself. Like you can sit there and understand that you yourself, how are you feeling? Ask yourself this throughout the day. Ask yourself when you're interacting with someone, how do I feel? And then if you remember, listen to the vibrations in the air. How did the vibrations go up or go down when someone came into the room or left the room? How was it when I walked up to something? Did you guys know, fun fact, mushrooms actually have a sound. They have a sound. Go look it up on YouTube. Just type in mushroom music or mushroom sounds. I'm telling you, there's this person who hooked up electrodes to mushrooms, and their frequencies are going back and forth. It is a beautiful thing to listen to. It is so nice. And that's one of them YouTube rabbit holes that I went down, and I like it. Every night before I go to sleep, I turn on calming music, calming sounds. I like to listen to the sound of rain. I like to listen to sometimes a thunderstorm, a crackling fire. I listen to those types of things or whatever with just a nice frequency. 417, 432, 517, I think it is. 5 something. This big Dorito looking thing. It's purple. It's upside down, but it's like this music helps you with your frequency. If it's low, it raises it. And then with that, experiment with that. Listen to those frequencies and stuff. Something, if it makes you feel then that is for you. It really is. But if you listen to those frequencies and then you turn the channel or go to something else that may be on YouTube or the TV or something like that, you feel an immediate difference. You feel it. And that is the frequency that I am referring to. If you want something really super tangible, you feel in your head. It's like the water, because we're made out of water. So that water in your body is a dance. It is vibrating. It's going back and forth. That is what you are tuning when you tune your frequencies. So when you tune in your frequency and that water in your head and everything, you can feel it. You can hear it. It's high. It's yay. It's this. It's that. It's wonderful. But then if you turn on something that's a Trump story or whatever's happening right now and people effing around and finding out things like that, it just gets okay. You feel it. You hear it. Your body hears it. It feels the difference, the shift. And when you get up in the morning and you talk to yourself, I get up in the morning and I talk to myself. I write on my mirror great things about myself. And I look to that mirror every day when I have to go wash my hands. I'm like, winner. That's right. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I am a winner. I am worthy. That's right. It's a reminder. I'm worthy. Yep. So, and there's other things that I wrote on there, but that's my personal stuff that I write to myself. And I want you to figure out something really nice to say to yourself every day. And if you tell yourself you love yourself every day, that you're worthy every day, and that you are a winner every day, that is exactly what you're going to carry out for the rest of that day. And before you know it, it's going to be ingrained in that lovely soul of yours, and it's going to become second nature. And when someone comes along and they try to be a curmudgeon in your life, then you will be right there with your inner self. I'm talking about your subconscious. It's going to rise up and it's going to say, I'm a winner. I don't know who you talking to. I'm a winner. Always. Every day. So getting back to yesterday, that was a lot to get back to yesterday because there's a lot in there. So when I said, I'm going to go to the gym. And I went down to the gym. And I turned on some music. And the reason why I turned on this music is because I heard a bit of this song. Like, I like to listen to NPR. And I'm a big NPR girl. So I was listening to NPR, and in one of their little transitions, they had One Kiss. But it was One Kiss by Dua Lipa. And I was like, one kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me, possibly. Oh, so I was like, oh yeah, I remember that song. Wait a minute, I downloaded that song. I have that song on my phone. Let me open it up. So that's what I did. I opened it up, and with me wanting to go to the gym, and I said no excuses. I have a thing with myself. Absolutely no excuses. No excuses. Go work out. Go do it. You can barely fit your pants now. Go do it. But then I softened it up with listening to that song, and I was like, wow, this is great. And then I turned on some other music because I just did not want that to stop. After that song helped me to come out of that little bit of a funk that I've been in for the past week or something like that because of what all is going on in the news and stuff, and basically being kept there with all of the shenanigans with, him flooding the zone. I didn't want to leave this higher vibration. I did not. And so I went from there to turning on something else because I know that there was a few songs of hers that I liked. And so I went to my Amazon list and I opened up my thing, and I got bangers on there, right? And So I went on and I started listening to those songs with Dua Lipa, and it was like want to get physical, let's get physical, because it's like it was a take on the physical song. Let's get physical. Hers is not like that. It's a little bit different. But I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then I was listening to like Hallucinations and stuff, and just a lot of music from off of that particular album. But I also have another album that is on that list, like it's heavy. It's with Lady Gaga and her I don't even know how to say the name of the list. I'll pull it up. But yeah, I really liked the music that I was listening to, and one of them is like Free Woman with Lady Gaga, because I told you guys I just went through a divorce. It's been a little over a year now, but when you've been in a fight for 6 years, and you had been married to this person for 5 years, and you had been in a relationship with that person for 2 years, how many years is that? That's over 10 years. A long time of being with someone. 1 year of being divorced is not very long. That was like yesterday. Okay, so so listening and going through things that helped me look to the next day was a big deal. And one of those songs that I really stayed listening to a lot was a lot of Lady Gaga songs, to be honest with you, and Free Woman, which does not get a lot of play, and I'm not sure if she came out with that song, but I think you should go look it up. But it was just like, I'm a free woman. When I was going through my divorce and I was separated, I had so many people trying to get at me and call me and want to go out with me and things like that. I'm good. But then I thought, well, I spent so much time by myself, and I spent so much time not in love, not being loved. And so, like what, maybe I do need to go out with somebody else. And so I went out with somebody else, and people was like, oh, you'll find someone. I don't need to find someone. How about that? I'm okay. I have to work on me, and I have to love me, because that way when I get out there, I'm not looking for someone to love me. I am already loved. And if someone doesn't recognize that love that I have for myself and think that I am worthy of respect and to be given love by them, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not even about the whole F you. No. Go where you're wanted. Go where you're loved. Go where you love. Okay? I'm good with that, and you should be too. So that's why I should always be okay with someone if they want to break up. If you want to break up, there's no use in sitting there and saying, no, don't leave me. Oh, no, my life would be nothing. If your life is nothing without them, then you have done a disservice to yourself. Really. You have. And so yeah. But yeah, so I love that song, Free Woman. She says, I'm not nothing if I don't have a man, and a few other different things. I'm good. I've always taken care of myself, and with that particular individual that I was with, it was not a situation where he did much for me. I don't see any benefit from my marriage that I had. None. And I don't know how many men may see this, and I don't care. I did not have a guy who took out the trash. He didn't take care of my car. He didn't do those manly things. And to be perfectly honest with you, he didn't even protect me. So, and I could park his truck better than he could park his truck. And so, yeah, it was, and like financially, I made enough money to take care of myself. I'm not saying that we don't need each other in that regard. I would have loved for us to have been able to come together and basically give each other relief and be a power couple and everything. But that's just not what happened, because he was not responsible with money. And I am very responsible with money. Very. And that's why I believe that I could go through a 6-year divorce, child custody battle, and still have money. Am I broke? Yeah, kinda. If you look at it in regards to me running up my credit and everything, yeah, I ran up my credit. Yes, I'm in debt. I am. But I can still eat and I can manage. So in America, that's how it is. Can you manage? I can manage. You know, if I didn't have a job, I couldn't manage. But I've already thought about that too. You know, if something happens and I don't have a job, I'm sorry. My responsibility is to myself. My responsibility isn't to paying off these credit cards. I don't owe anybody legally. So I'm sorry, but it's just, it is what it is. I'm not going to miss a meal because I have to pay Visa. Not doing it. I'm not doing it. And when I was growing up, I was taught that you pay your rent first. So I pay my rent first. And then I'm going back and forth to work. I got to pay my car bill. I got to make sure I have gas. After that, we'll see if I eat. We'll see if I eat. I might have to go on the apartment diet or something like that. But I'm not going to lose my crap because of a loan. I'm not going to lose my crap because of a bill. I'm not. So that is putting myself first. So anyway, so yeah, so I'm listening to all of these songs and I'm like, yes, I love it. I'm not your plastic doll. Yeah, I love it. And I, while I was working out, my energy was through the roof. It was, I didn't know I had all that in me. It felt great to raise my vibrations. And so I had to remember that I got to go back to what I had done before to make sure that I'm okay. And one of those things that I did to protect myself in the first couple of weeks of Trump being in office was to see something, read. I would listen to half of the video, or I would listen to a little bit of it, because it just keeps on going down in a rabbit hole. So I can't listen to too much for too long. And I take little snippets and everything. If I had more questions or I wanted to hear the whole story about something, then I'll go back. But I could not take it all in. But here lately, it's like I kind of had to take it all in because I had to understand where this is going, and I wanted to understand how it affected me. And I wanted to also know how it affected my family. I wanted to, and I pray, you guys, God, I pray. Like, I have given so much up to God because I had to. I'm not the person that runs this show. I'm not. I recognize that I'm in a good place and I am in a good headspace because of God. And so I give it up to God. And, you know, I don't like to push religion on people because we all have different walks of life and we're all in different stages of our paths. And so I just want you to understand that you don't always have to feel like you are the one that's in control. You don't have to feel like that, because the plan that God has for you, or the plan that is out there, should I say, just to make it more inclusive, is probably so much better than you could ever have imagined and what you are working towards. So I would have never thought that I would work for the people that I work for, and I would meet the people that I met, and I would be in different places, and that I would be able to be the age that I am, to be able to put all of that together. And even the 6 years of a divorce, put all of that together and be able to advise people about what's going on, and take bits of history and bits of myself and bits of whatever I can see forecasted because of all of this wonderful, unique knowledge that I personally have with my unique experiences and be able to help. And so that's what I'm doing. But at the same time, it's amazing, because this is not what I thought that I was going to do. This is not where I thought I was going to be. My aspirations when I was a younger girl coming up was two things. When I was 15, I said, I want to be a lawyer because I can argue, and which I still can. And I'm thinking maybe I should go back and do that. But at the same time, I wanted to be a secretary. I wanted to be an executive secretary, not just any secretary. I wanted to be an executive secretary. I had no idea how I was going to get there, what I was going to do. But I joined the military because they told me that, hey, we'll pay you. Can you come train? Can you come do this? And we'll give you your secretary diploma. And I was like, yes, I get paid for that. Yes, I get to go on a vacation. What? Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Woohoo! I'm there. Yes. Where do I sign? Oh, I was so naive. The military helped to shape me in so many lovely ways. I love it. Well, now it's changed into something different, to be honest with you. But it's not what it's not what it used to be, but I'm praising what it used to be. I honestly haven't been in for a little over 10 years, so I don't know how it is right now. I don't know, but I know that different members and everything that I've seen and stuff, it's almost the same, but not. But, either way, I know that when I got out, it was a lot of people coming in and they were just different. And I was like, I don't think that I can do this. Because it was with people who were used to sitting in front of a screen and playing video games all day. No. That was a whole new generation that I was not prepared to deal with. And I did not have the patience to deal with that. So, anyway, so I raised my vibrations. I loved, getting in the military and just being a grunt. And I'm telling you, I was naive because I thought that I had joined the active army, and I didn't. I joined the National Guard. I didn't know what that meant. I just knew I was signing on a dotted line for the next 8 years of my life. But when I was in basic training and then advanced individual training, and they were giving out the different people, oh, you're going to go to Korea, and you're going to go this place, and you're going to go to Montana, and you're going to go to and I was like, wow, okay, where am I going? It was like, if we didn't call your name, you're going back to your home state. And I was like, what? But I'm glad I did, because nobody gets my crazy like DC. Nobody gets me like DC. And there's no place like DC. We are such a wonderful melting pot. Nobody can drive on the street when there's snow. But we are such a wonderful place and area to be in. I did not know what it was like to come up with a lot of racism. Any racism, really. Because I came up in Chocolate City. My color of my skin was never a concern. It was, and everybody was broke where I was. So, and everybody was just trying to make it in the upper northeast parts and northwest parts. And so it was like, whatever, we're all on the same, we're all together. And I also grew up in the be all you can be, you can do it type era. So I could be whatever I wanted to be. And I walked through life with that. I don't think these children coming up have that. And I don't think that we tell ourselves enough as adults that we can do what we want to do. We can be who we want to be. And you deserve respect. So I walk out and I'm like, I deserve respect. And where I walk, I bring light. I bring it. And if I'm in an area and people don't appreciate me, that's cool. That's their loss. But that's how I walk through life. We have to bring our vibrations up. We have to unplug sometime. We have to listen to nice frequencies, music. We gotta be one with ourselves. And you, I think, should look at the 4 agreements. And when I say acceptance, if someone tells you, oh, you're fat, and you go, that's your thoughts. And you're entitled to that. And you go on. I have not accepted that. But if someone says you're fat and I go, you know what? I sure am. Gotta do something about that. Why have I agreed with what they just said? You know, so what I'm saying is, if you feel like you are, if you really are in that mind frame, then okay. But just understand that when you are agreeing to something, you're agreeing to a frequency. And when I'm walking about and if somebody calls me pretty or something like that, and I say, I'll accept that. I accept that. Thank you very much. They look at me like I'm crazy. Like I have a chip on my shoulder. It's not a chip on my shoulder. I'm agreeing with what you're saying because that is the frequency that I want to give out. I don't want to, look, there's no reason for me to dumb myself down. No, I do not dumb myself down at all. If someone gives me a compliment and I agree with it, then I say, thank you. I accept that. And there's nothing big-headed about that. If I choose not to accept it or I accept it, that's me. But that is the frequency and everything that I would like to live on, is a positive frequency. Because I've had people tell me, because right now I have on makeup. If I don't have on any makeup, like check out some of my other stuff. On TikTok, I don't seem to wear makeup a lot. But when I don't have on makeup, people tell me, oh, you look tired. And I say, oh, well, that's your opinion. Because I'm not accepting that. But anyway, I've got to go. Drag the puzzle. Oh, TikTok is telling me I've been on for a while. I have been on for a while. I got things to do, places to go. But I just hope that I have helped someone to remember to raise your vibrations, because that is absolutely important. And that is a form of self-love. Okay? Raise your vibrations. Unplug. Listen to some frequencies. Listen to a song that you like. Go run somewhere. Feel the breeze. Walk outside. It's cold some places. Feel the grass. Just look at the trees. Smell a nice flower. I got this in my hand because it's like it's a spray. This is the backyard honeysuckle from Bath and Body Works. I don't get paid for this, but I love this smell, and so it helps me. So get something that helps you, and know that you are worthy. You are a crystal. You are beautiful. You are absolutely awesome, and be one with yourself. Okay, and don't let anybody intrude in that. The beautiful and greatness that you are. Okay. All right. Bye, you guys. I promised to let somebody on my live the next time, but I gotta go. Sorry. All right. How do I do this?
Make sure you check back often and check out my entire video catalog. I have a ton of videos on here. Something is sure to make you smile, laugh, or cry. But check me out. I have a lot of videos. I have a lot of extensive knowledge that I love to share. Thanks for checking in. I hope you listened all the way through. And let me tell you, the fourth person to actually make a comment, I'll give you $5. Promise.